Football League. Brings us to the Tar Heel state of North Carolina, where the spirit of the late Sam Mills lives on with the pounding of the drum as we're ready for football at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. A welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. And off we go from Charlotte. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Panthers led out by their quarterback, Bryce Young. Shaky rookie year, but the back end of his second year, Greg, very effective for the man who was the #1 overall pick out of Alabama in 2023.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
On the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Young to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think it's a smart play, especially this early in the game. I don't think you want to start forcing throws, take any unnecessary risks, allow your team to get settled in, don't have any sudden change turnovers. So I think in the end there, he made the right move.
Out of the shotgun, Young. He finds the big tight end, Tremble. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
23 yards on that pass play. It's good for a Panther first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the BUCS 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Young. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll try to get this one on the ground. A pickup there of 19 yards. It's a Carolina first down.
A gain of 19 yards. That's good for a Panthers first down.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down. Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. McMillan, the man in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. That one taken in right side by Legette. Out
breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Young. That's caught, left side, it's complete. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. With that big-time throw, they got a shot now with 1st and goal to end this opening drive with a touchdown.
He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now here's 2nd and goal. Here's Young. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
So can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That is caught.
Offside. Defense. Still 3rd down.
Trying to finish this opening drive from the 3, 3rd and goal. Young. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Tenorilla McMillan. Touchdown, Panthers. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. His kick is good. Panthers will take a 7-0 lead.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Johnson now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the Buccaneers come out, and Baker Mayfield leads them out. He has found a spot to be very comfortable. The former #1 overall pick out of Oklahoma, who turned 30 in the offseason, and has done a nice job with the Buccaneers the last few years.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes third down.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
They'll go with the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Gain of a yard.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Again, this is Irvin. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field, but they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
Young to throw on first down. That one's hauled in the side by McMillan. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. Now a give up in the middle, and he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw is Young. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
And the Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was brought down at the 26. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's second and 8. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Johnson now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irvin. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
On the bootleg, it's Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
Throwing is Baker. And this ball incomplete on third down.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Panthers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Young. Open man downfield is Lee. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. But even 20 yards, impressive start to this drive.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead. despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
He'll step up and run.
He was brought down by Levante David. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now Young. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. Cameron Johnson deep for Tampa Bay. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20.
16-yard line.
First down, here's Irving. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. We are through 1. The Panthers off to the early advantage. And we'll return to Charlotte in a moment. On to the second, Buccaneers in possession of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning 1st and 2nd down. Because if not, you find yourself the entire game in 3rd and pass. And that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
He'll find the rookie out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now Mayfield going up top for Evans. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense getting set to get back to work. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. To throw, Young. Now a screen set up for Dowdle. He's got room past the 35. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
13 yards.
They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
I like the call, using the screen as a drive starter to pick up a chunk play and get this offense into some rhythm. It's clear this offensive play caller anticipated the rush of the defense, and he was able to use it against them.
On the ground, it's Dowdle. Not much happening there, just a short game.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Lavonte David in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Throwing is Young. Open man, left side. He's got it. That is rare. You don't see 3rd and 17 converted all that often. First down.
First down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and we're able to convert.
And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the Buccaneers' 40-yard line.
Now Dowdle. And he's going to pick it up. Take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A throw there, caught, finally gets, and they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one's good for 12 and a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Here's a carry for Dowdle. And the Panthers are going to have it first and goal. He'll take this down to about the 3.
A gain of 9 yards.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Dowdle. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Jalen Coker. Touchdown, Carolina.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone because, as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Panthers move further out in front. It is now 17-0.
Buccaneers, nothing. Fitzgerald
following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back to work. They trail this one 17-0 now. Really need to find some inspiration, some momentum on this drive as they'll begin here with 1st down. Mayfield. That pass complete to the veteran, Sterling Shepard. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
1st down, Tampa Bay.
Now Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and they're still looking for their 1st points of the game, and it's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
Out right and catch me. That's BUCS. And he's into the end zone. BUCS. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bucs are back in this one. It's 17-7.
Buccaneers 7.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
2nd and 2. You're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun. Young. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. Throw on the run is complete. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Mayfield to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That is caught. He got Godwin. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. Back with more from Charlotte. After this, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Mayfield. Now, screen set up for Irving. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans.
Number 13.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and There's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
A throw on the move is caught. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
That's another.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Throwing is Mayfield. Quick throw, taken in.
Mayfield's pass, complete to Payne Durham. A gain of 7 brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. That's BUCS in motion. A second down throw from Mayfield. That is taken in for the touchdown. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Tampa.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Buccaneers are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
14.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Panthers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. That one out wide. Dowdle.
Pass, complete to Rico Dowdle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. One final throw before the break. Over the middle, he's got Regat. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand as our second half is about to get underway.
Ryan
3 points,
Fitzgerald
all
to
that
kick off
separates
for
these two
Carolina.
sides as half number 2 kicks off. Johnson now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
36-yard
The
line.
Bucs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Irving. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Bobby Brown, the one who brought him down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down.
6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Third and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have a Bucs first down. At least at first glance,
It's a gain of 2.
they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Tampa
Well, here's
Bay.
where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Mayfield. He'll try to run for it. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
It's
A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contained rushing, especially on 3rd down. Mike, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
2nd and 6.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 6. To throw is Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. Baker going to give it to Irving.
Big time stop there, Mike, on 3rd down. Now it sets up a 4th down decision for this head coach. Do I want to be aggressive and extend this drive, or am I content just sending out my field goal unit and trying to make this all square? I think at this stage in the second half, tie the game up. Hopefully my defense can get me the ball back, and find a way to win here in the second half.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. To return is Hubbard. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. 16 yards on the game, and a quick first down.
Yes, it's really well executed here, and you see this in so many offenses around the league, Mike. These slant routes are either built in or what they call hot routes or sight routes. The receiver sees the blitz, and they break their route off. It gives an easy target for the quarterback, and it gives great opportunity for run after catch.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
It's now second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On second down, Young. It's going to be pulled in by Gallup. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. The ball comes out. And fortunately, a Panther was right there to get on it. So no turnover, they retain possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll run with Irving. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
18-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Here's second and 9. That's BUCS in motion. On second down, Baker. He's got the connection there to BUCS. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 4.
Here's a third down and 4. Now Mayfield. He's got a man. That's the tight end, Otten. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Here's Irvin. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Baker to throw. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll run without it. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
31. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stick with him again. He's got room to the 45. Gets to the edge at the 30. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. A big play for the Panthers. A gain of 69 yards.
First down and goal to go.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of attack. That springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
Hubbard trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long...
Good blocking, and he's in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to do it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point. The kick is good. Panthers will go up by 7.
That's the score. Panthers 24, Buccaneers 17.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing is Baker. There's Evans. He's got him. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 3. Tight end on the move left. A give. This is Irvin. And this will be a Bucs 1st down as the tackle is made just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a 1st down. An 8-yard
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Outright catch made. That's Ibuka. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 16.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. And they're going to get to him and take him down. Taken back to the other side of midfield.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. This one on target to Godwin. Ooh. And he'll get about 12 yards here as he's out of bounds. That'll make things a little easier on 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Buccaneers.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Here's Mayfield. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They send Godwin in motion. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Look at play action with Young. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
A second down throw for Young. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Logan Hall getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6. And it's third down.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a two-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. From the gun, it's Young. Looking down the field, but that falls incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the BUCS ready to get back to work, and he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Mayfield. Middle of the field, he's got Evans. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Tampa Bay.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
At the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Mayfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. Second time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
To Chris Godwin. A gain of 19 yards. And a Buccaneer first down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Number 7, Bucky Irving. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw. That one is caught by Ibuka. And he's in! Emeka Ibuka. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. It's up and good. And the Buccaneers go up by 3. It's 27-24.
Panthers 24.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. To return is Hubbard. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Panthers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Out of a shotgun, Young. big tight end, Tremble. 14 on the pickup. It's good for a Panther first down.
And the Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Third down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
To the ground, a first down run, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
2nd and 10. To throw is Young. Oh, he gets that downfield to Tremble, the tight end. And he will go all the way. Tommy Tremble. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. He's got it. And the Panthers have taken a 4-point advantage.
Panthers 31, Buccaneers 27.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buccaneers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. It's Otten in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
It's Otten in motion. 2nd down throw from Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The throwaway certainly isn't ideal in this situation, especially when you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on to the next play.
Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. To throw is Mayfield. Open man, left side. He's got it. 11 yards on the connection there. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
Complete to Sterling Shepard. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Buccaneers.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Godwin working the right side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run it. It's Irvin. And he'll get the first down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Mayfield. That's caught outside by Otten. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing is Baker. This one caught left side by Evans. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 21 on that pass play. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
At the 17-yard line.
Here in the 4th quarter, you just can't predict how many possessions you have left, so you can't let any of them go to waste. So far, this has been a fantastic drive. It's a drive that they desperately needed. They continue to throw the ball like that. They got a chance to take a late lead here in the 4th quarter.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10.
Mayfield's pass complete to Emeka Egbuka. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 9-yard line.
Send a man in motion right. They come up for 2nd and 2. They'll stick to the ground. And he's got another one. Bucky Irving. Touchdown Buccaneers. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
34, Panthers 31.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle getting set for this next drive. Here's 1st down. Young quickly out till he gets it. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
There's tight end Tremble over the middle. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. The Panthers will take their first timeout. It comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest.
At the 49-yard line.
Come on, guys. Let's make a play here. We can do it, baby.
Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. The catch made by McMillan. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 44-yard line.
Young. Short one there, caught by Tremble. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Another try, 2nd and 10. To throw, Young. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their 2nd, and they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Going to need a big play now. 3rd down and long. The motion man is Sanders. That's right side, taken in by Tremble. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Now a final chance to stop it here. Timeout coming with 10 seconds remaining in the game. Now the Bucs will take their 1st timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. So a big kick coming here for Ryan Fitzgerald. This to force overtime. He banged this one, and he's got it. Gets it from long distance. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool, he's calm, he steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
Final seconds here, overtime looming on the horizon as they kick it off. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime.
Ryan
4 quarters
Fitzgerald of
determine a
North
winner.
Carolina.
We get back underway here in overtime. Johnson now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over possession of the football. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Open man downfield. That's Godwin. And he'll be forced out of bounds. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup. Yeah, so this just really comes down to really good defense. You can tell the quarterback's trying to target something downfield, and when they take that away, typically there's something underneath, but they had all levels of the coverage accounted for, and that was a really nice job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They send Evans in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And on 3rd down, that ball's incomplete.
I'm not sure what it was, Mike, but there was something off about that play from the jump. I'm not sure if it was the body language or the on-the-line of scrimmage communication, but it was pretty clear to me that they weren't on the same page, and I think the result showed.
For the field goal, a 55-yard attempt.
This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime.
Of course they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
So the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Panthers offense about ready to take over one. The motion man is Sanders. On 1st down is Young. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down.
And the Panthers, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Over the middle, he locates McMillan. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 12. It's a Carolina first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Tremble comes in motion. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And that's a nice job, something out of nothing, sidestepping defenders for a gain of 4.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Young. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A 19-yard pickup there. It's good for a Panther first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Still first down.
Out of the shotgun, Young. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Leggett in motion. Throwing on second down, Young. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
And Aaron Knight could even sniff the first down line there. They'll get 5 yards, but it'll bring up a fourth down.
No real surprise here, Mike. I think with the way their defense is playing, they decide to just play it safe, short run, get the ball a little bit closer for their kicker here on fourth down, and just make sure they end this drive with points.
So a big kick coming here for Ryan Fitzgerald. This to extend the overtime. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. So a big kick coming here for Ryan Fitzgerald. This one he's got to have. The kick is good. Under pressure, he delivers. And we continue on. Now it's next score wins here in overtime. So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return is Sean Tucker. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense headed back to take over once more.
At their own 26-yard line.
On first down is Mayfield. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
It's Otten in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
That's a BUCS in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, here's Irving. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And with that run, this back is closing in 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
That's a BUCS in motion. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Still 1st down.
It's Otten in motion. Back to the ground after the penalty. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 18 on that one. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
They send Godwin in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 2. Right back to Irving. He'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a 1st down.
They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
Now a timeout for Carolina. That's going to be their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. It took overtime, but they will walk off the field with the victory. So a win here for the visiting Bucks. This was a close-fought game. They were able to get themselves into field goal range here at OT. The final kick sailed through the uprights to finally close out this victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.